Hey guys, welcome to a completely raw, unedited story time because I'm really kind of mad and I experienced something awful last night. So, I haven't really talked about this on my channel yet, but you see, for college, I go to Virginia Tech, moved there for the first time yesterday. I was moving into an authentic log cabin. You know, that sounds really cute, really aesthetic. Like, oh my god, I'm gonna live in a log cabin in the middle of the woods by myself. Yeah, so that's the thing. So I thought that it was gonna be habitable. Turns out it's not. So first of all, it's nighttime, it's getting dark, Brandon leaves, so I'm all alone in this place. And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I'm so lonely. Then I'm like, I have like this whole cry sesh because I've never lived without my family. And in the middle of that, so all throughout the day, as we had been there and stuff, we had been seeing little bugs and stuff. And I had made sure to, before I moved in, I asked is the place gonna be sealed for bugs? They can't get in? She was like, oh yeah, for sure. So we had been seeing these little bugs everywhere and massive ants, you know the fat ass ones. And yeah, I hate bugs so much. So then, what happens next? Oh yeah, so I'm on the phone with Brandon. I kind of sort of wake him up. It's 12:40 in the morning. And I'm freaking out and I'm like, Brandon, there's bugs everywhere, because since it was dark out now, it was really dark out and the lights were still on in my cabin, all the bugs were being attracted to where I was living. And this place has cracks everywhere, which I didn't know before moving in. Literally around the whole front door, there's a full thick crack. There's cracks all in the walls. When you're standing in there during the day, you can literally see through the walls to the daylight. It shines through. Yeah, it's that bad. Oh yeah, I'm on the phone with Brandon, and he's trying to comfort me, saying hey, it's gonna be fine. You'll just go to sleep, and when you wake up in the morning, it'll be fine. No more bugs, whatever. And, so I'm okay, but I'm lonely, so stay on the phone while I'm getting ready for bed. And so I'm okay, gotta take my last night's pee. So I would take the phone with me. I'm going over to the bathroom, but I'm sketch as fuck because I'm scared of the bugs. So I'm tiptoeing around and barely touching things because I'm just afraid. And I sit down to pee and literally just look to the side to sit my phone down on the counter. And in my vision, I just see this massive thing, okay? You can probably see where I'm going with this. Oh, I'm literally shaking just thinking about it. I see, okay, what looks to me, on sight, like a spider from the Halloween store because of how big it was. I stare for 0.1 seconds. I'm and then I start freaking the fuck out over the phone because I'm wait, first of all, is that a prop? Was that there when I moved in? Because I need to remember this. And then I'm still on the phone with Brandon, and I start screeching and crying and breathing all heavy and freaking out. And I'm Brandon, there's a massive spider the size of my palm. Not exaggerating, okay? This spider was, yay big. Black, huge, okay? Bigger than a banana spider or whatever the fuck. You know the ones that you see in the webs outside that are all sprawled out? No, bigger than those. So I've never seen a spider this big in my existence. Not even really on the internet. And first thought, I was that's a baby tarantula. That right there is a baby tarantula. So this is what crossed the line. I was hyperventilating. I was freaking out. I thought I was dying, okay? I'm really dramatic, but for real. And Brandon's hey, calm down, okay, I'm coming to get you. And he lives 20 minutes away from where I live. Before he gets there, though, I call the landlord girl, and she's really nice. I'm hey, so I'm out at the cabin, and I'm having a panic attack and whatever. And she's okay, I'm coming out there right now. And she comes out there to talk to me. And basically, yeah, I told her everything. I was there's cracks everywhere in this bitch. Y'all gotta fix it because I can't live here. So then she walks me out to Brandon, and I leave, and I feel like I'm going to throw up like everything that I've eaten, because like the idea of living with bugs, like, just, can you wrap your mind around that? Living, like, sleeping with bugs, sleeping with bugs. I don't like that at all. And bugs are like my biggest like issue in life. I just don't like them at all. So like, I'm okay with the occasional ant and such, but when you're talking about King Kong spider, I'm out. I go to Brandon's house. The whole ride, I'm like car sick. I'm like thinking I'm genuinely gonna have to roll down the window and throw up. No joke. And I'm like shaking, still panicky, like, and it just sad because I just spent money on this bitch. And I just spent a lot of money on it. This was my living situation. I already paid rent, and it's infested with bugs. So the only options are, go to sleep right at dusk every night so you don't have to have the lights on when it's dark out. That's not an option for me. I stay up till 3. Live somewhere else while it's getting fixed, and I guess that's gonna happen. Or if it doesn't get fixed, I have to find a new place. Interesting. There are no places left for students around here. It's literally just all taken up because everyone got everything and then it's gonzo. I was so excited about this place. I moved all my stuff there. I'm literally, it feels like a little homey place. I had everything I needed. I had all my clothes in the dressers. Now all of my shit is rotting in the cabin where I am no longer, and it's living with the bugs. So I'm gonna have to go back in there every day to get the outfits that I need and such. And my food is in there. I'm gonna have to walk back in there. I'm gonna be scared as fuck. Thank you guys for listening. That's that on that, and that's that on that period. If you have any ideas for me, or if you know anything about sealing a log cabin in the woods, let me know, because anything is helpful. Anything is helpful. Yeah, have a good rest of your day. Don't let the bed bugs bite.